Jinx with 100 bitties. Let's go. Thank you so much, Jinx. I appreciate you guys.
Hunt.
I can change my skin.
Then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date.
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did phone
On Valentine's Day.
and ask me for Nathan's number. There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I? He was preoccupied with finding
Photographs.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since,
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it.
That was a good little montage.
Doctor, you surprised me.
Well,
Reminds
we're
me
back
of
to
Officer
Jaya.
Yates. Did I ever mention I had a special friend in the police force?
Oh, what happened? Oh, we clicked it. Can we see that answer again? No, oh fuck. Oh, damn it. Guys, are you reading that? Claire killed David. Good point. Oh god, right. Claire killed David. Hold on. Clues. Claire's got arrested. 20 to 9 on Tuesday the 8th of November. PC Hope responded to a call received from a neighbour of the Bower house. Concerned a reported disturbance. We arrived at the address, knocked on the door, but there was no reply. We entered the property through the door. I announced myself by shouting police. We searched the premises. I saw a female seated next to a man who was lying on the ground. The man did not appear to be conscious. Both persons were drenched in blood. There was a substantial amount of blood on the carpet. Walls and furniture. I noticed what appeared to be a steak knife on the floor, which was also covered in blood. I asked the woman to put her hands on her head, what she did. PC Holt secured the female, checked the man for signs of life but found none. I asked the woman her name. She identified herself as Claire Castleford. She had stabbed her husband David and she killed him. Dr. Dekker was located in his office at 10:20 PM on the chair that got replaced. Desk soaked in blood, obvious chest wound, paper spike was used. So that seems more of a crime of passion, doesn't it? I'm going to write that down. Because it seems like someone's come into his office to talk to him about something, got really angry and used the first weapon they saw. So, paper spike was used. What would you be coming to a psychiatrist's office at 10 PM for? Is the office close to Henley Church? So, what's the location? Because if it is, Bryce could easily have slipped away and came back. He was at Henley Church at the art exhibition when Jasmine saw him. Get a map? I wish I did. Is there a map? Right. We also have a resignation letter, which could be a clue to do with the murder. Because maybe the trustee, who's Dr. Alderbury, I find it hard to pronounce the names, maybe he forced Dr. Dekker to resign. The resignation only happened 2 or 3 days before the murder. So I really feel like there's something happening, some sort of drama. Okay, so he resigned. He was working tying up the last of the loose ends. Someone's came in, picked up this paper spike and offed him. I know, right? So I say passion, argument.
It's raw. It's fucking
Yeah, he went raw. He was perished. Anyway, argument,
pizza.
anger. Okay, we got it. We need to speak to Professor Warwick. I don't know who he is. I think he's the guy he talks a lot of big words. Okay, so let's get him over with. Right, so I think we'll say hello. Oh, this guy, okay. We spoke to him once, I think, before.
Professor Warwick, I'm a physicist. Where's Dr. Dekker?
Do we tell him? Dr. Dekker is perished. I mean, my track record right now as a psychiatrist professional is not that good. One of my patients has just killed their husband. So I mean, I might as well ask you guys for some advice. King Lazy says suspicious. Queen says you gotta tell him. He knows. Look at his swarmy backside. Let me see. Let me look at the response.
Professor Warwick, I'm a physicist. Where's Dr. Dekker?
Now, before you start, I just did a lot of research on body language, and they spoke about people taking their glasses off and what that means in terms of body language. Now, what the FBI guy said, right? Listen. What he said was, people take their glasses off sometimes to, you know, highlight a point. It's like a prop. Draw attention to something. Maybe he already knows where Dr. Dekker is.
Is he really? Actually dead? Not a worthy adversary after all, then?
Warwick was an adversary? Why was he an adversary? Why were they foes? Why has he seen him then? And what does he mean? Is he really dead? What about, like, what do they call it? Is it reanimation? What about he's come back as a zombie? Was that a Cthulhu thing? Jinx will tell me. What if Dr. Dekker isn't dead at all and he's come back? Okay, I get. Oh, for cult leader, says King Lazy. You think they wanted to be a cult leader? Maybe. Let's see what he's all about.
Dr. Dekker challenged me. He tried to use my theories against me. Quantum theories.
You can never challenge an intelligent person. They take it as a personal attack. So there really was some sort of bad feeling between these two guys. Why come then and see him as a therapist? If you're not getting on? It's just a question. Reincarnation, that's right, Queen, that's what I was thinking about. Reanimation is the zombie. Reincarnation is the Edward Scissorhands kind of shit. Frankenstein. Is it? I don't know. The other guy said there was something in the box, but not necessarily Dekker last time. Maybe it was a relic. Maybe there was a relic in the box. And he's came back alive. Oh my god, what if he's came back alive? Guys! Right, so let's ask him about his theories. He obviously is a very intelligent man. He's talking about quantum theories. I wonder what he means.
Do you really want to know?
Yes, that's
Dekker's
why I
eyes used to glaze over whenever we talked about that. He didn't believe in quantum physics. As if it's something that you can optionally believe in. Well, it started with an experiment.
The glasses again. He really likes to talk about this subject. That's what I'm reading off that. Because of the cult. Isn't the cult of Cthulhu, they sacrifice someone in order for them to then reanimate or come alive again? I do know the cult of Cthulhu does deal with relics. It's so interesting. Jinx says, no, I've missed so much. You haven't missed. You've missed like 3 questions. Look, I said hello. I told him Dr. Dekker was dead. These two guys are fighting with each other over quantum theories. We don't know why yet. I'm wondering why you would go and see a therapist if you're not getting on with them. But yeah, they're foes. Enemies.
Enemies.
Okay, we're caught up. So what was the experiment? He loves playing with those glasses. My god.
Have you heard of quantum, Doctor?
No. No, I have. Has anyone in chat heard of quantum? I'm definitely sure I'm not allowed to say that word. Do I need to bleep this out? I'll just say it and I'll bleep it out. Does anyone in chat know anything about quantum? Beep. Oh, if he needs them to see, why are they not on his face? That's why I think he's using them to highlight a point. You know what I'm saying? Hold it.
Quantum suicide is a thought experiment that tries to explain the many worlds theory. You're looking at me blankly. I can see that you don't understand. I knew you wouldn't. Alternate universes. Essentially, if I were to shoot myself, then in some alternate universe, I'd still be alive. Now imagine if I could actually choose that universe. I'm taking a product off a supermarket shelf. Well, I simply applied that logic to something different.
hear me out. Imagine you offed yourself and put yourself in the universe with the best Spider-Man. Think how much better your life would be. Just saying. Anyway, to explain that for those that maybe not quite understand what he's meaning, you off yourself, you commit Hairy Mary, right? And your body rots away in the ground, but your soul then goes on to another universe in a different dimension, and you live your life out there, stronger than before. What did you apply that logic to?
Gambling.
Gambling?
I set up an experiment whereby I would visit a casino and place a very large bet at a roulette table. Now, I would always bet on odd. Now, the results of this particular experiment were
He's
mundane.
fucking
I won
odd.
as many times as you would expect according to the laws of probability, but then I changed a parameter.
What parameter? What is a parameter? I'm kidding. How can you apply it to gambling? You can't off yourself and then put yourself in a dimension of better gamblers. I'm confused on that one. Yeah, it is a real thing. I need to know. Show me the money. So what parameter? Okay.
Quantum suicide required a loss of life to make it a realistic thought experiment. So I simply upped the stakes. Every time I bet on odd, I would place everything I had on that one spin of the wheel, and it worked. For a while.
All or nothing, baby. I mean, at some point that's got to be luck. What do you guys think? Can you will your mind into winning a roulette game of luck? Like, seriously, we're believing these crazy people here. Let's go. Why did it stop working? I want to know why gambling first.
Why not gambling? My wife Vanessa left me for a neurosurgeon. She emptied our entire combined wealth into her barrister's wallet.
Okay.
I needed more money.
Yeah.
Physics provided me with a solution.
I mean, he's really led by money. He must see money as some sort of worth. He said that his wife left him for a neurosurgeon who obviously earns quite a lot annual income. I'm wondering if he's tying that into the fact that he's just not the prettiest. He's trying to look for an excuse, and he's like, it's the money. So I have to then apply quantum suicide to gambling. I can see how he made that jump. I mean, duh. I mean, anyone would do that. Another solid 2, that's what I'm saying. Look, I mean, he's not the prettiest, is he? Let's be honest, it's nothing to do with the money. Tell me about your wife.
We were married for 14 years, 7 months and 3 days.
Smug.
Vanessa couldn't have children, at least that's what she told me.
Untrustworthy.
She grounded me in reality. I'm not complaining. It's probably what I needed. Part of me always thought that one day I'd achieve immortality through science. It wasn't to be, though. It wasn't to be, though.
So, there's a little micro expression he uses at the end. He's like, it wasn't to be though. And the left side of his lip comes up a little bit. And that kind of shows me a little bit of contempt, resentment, a lot of negative feelings. It's not a good, positive body language. It's not a happy body language here. So he's obviously very resentful for his ex-wife. I think he's a little bit angry, isn't he? Did it bother you? Couldn't have children? Why did the experiment stop working?
Dr. Dekker killed it. Dr. Dekker killed it. And I can't get it back.
How did... Oh, he's very resentful of Dr. Dekker, isn't he? Furrowed brows, baring of the teeth, jutting of the jaw. Let's look at it again.
Dr. Dekker killed it. And I can't get it back.
Yeah, let's go right into the juicy question. What did Dekker kill?
Well, my theory, quantum gambling. If the stakes are high enough, you will win every time by simply shifting your consciousness into that branch that wins. It's tricky, but it can be done. Dr. Dekker didn't like that. He saw me becoming rich and powerful, and he hated that. That's why he proffered the hangman's paradox.
What is the hangman's paradox? That's what I want to know. I'm writing it in my notepad now that I've graduated a little bit. Actually, I stole a notepad from Yaya's room, so you know, don't tell her. So the hangman's paradox, I don't know what he means, but I don't exactly believe him about quantum gambling. There's no way it could possibly work, because if it did, then everyone would kind of have caught on by now. Just betting all in is not going to guarantee that you win. I can't make the connection. My brain isn't doing it. These patients are infecting me. Maybe that's what it's about. What's the hangman's paradox?
Well, imagine a judge sentences you to death. Now, it will be Monday or Tuesday next week, but it will be a surprise. Well, which day do you think you'll be executed?
I'm going to go with the Monday, for obvious reasons. I'd rather think it was the earliest day and prepare for then, and potentially get a bonus extra day, than, it'll be Tuesday and then be like, oh no, I'm a day too early. I would rather that.
Well, Monday does seem likely, yes. Because if you're still alive on Monday at midnight, then Tuesday won't be a surprise. But if you're sure that it's Monday, then that won't be a surprise either, will it?
But that wasn't my thinking.
Dekker tricked me.
How did he trick him? Number one, that wasn't my thinking. Tuesday would be a bonus and I lived my life for
I
positive.
want to smile and sing and dance and be Pocahontas in Gary's vision.
Maybe. 2, how did Dr. Dekker trick him? Maybe he said something. Because remember he said something to Bryce and Nathan that they think caused their loops an extra hour. They were like, I just came in here for depression, and Dr. Dekker said something, which remember I explained you're not allowed to do in psychiatry. It can cause psychosis, to say very closed questions and stuff, like leading them down a path. Maybe he did the same here. Or he believes he did.
He told me that sometime in the future I would lose a bet, that I would lose all of my money. Now, this didn't seem likely because I had quantum gambling on my side and it was working. But he unnerved me. He made me doubt myself. And then it happened. Recently, I lost everything that I'd managed to build up since Vanessa left me. He
clearly puts a lot of worth on money. He sees that as absolutely destroying his life. Right, there's ways round about it. There's helplines. Anyway, I'm wondering if Dr. Dekker said something to make him doubt himself was gaslighting. Maybe Dr. Dekker was the cult leader. He is the common denominator here. Everyone's kind of mad at him. They're kind of angry at them, aren't they? Let's continue. Why would Dr. Dekker hate you becoming rich and powerful?
Honestly? Well, I think he feared quantum physics. He didn't like things being explained in terms of science. Almost as if he'd have preferred chaos.
There, we're hearing that word again. I wrote it on my little keywords. Chaos. Chaos again. Maybe we should look into chaos theory. Butterfly effect. Shit like that.
Well, yes, it bothered me. Especially now that I find out that she's pregnant. Oh, no, it wasn't a rocket scientist that was required, but a brain surgeon, it seems. I have considered putting that neurosurgeon onto his darkest timeline. But I'm not a killer, it would seem.
Do we need to watch that again? Like...
But I'm not a killer, it would seem.
This bit at the end, it would seem, that's a very self-soothing. Now we've already seen his baseline. What you do when you're looking at body language is you establish a baseline at the start questions like, hello, how are you doing today? Look at how they casually react. Since the start, he has been using his glasses as some sort of prop, okay? This time when he's talking about being a killer, like he's using it there like a dummy, like an actual pacifier in his mouth and shit. Since the start, he has used it as a prop, but this time when it says, I'm not a killer, it seems, he does the glass rub, like on his chin, which is very self-soothing. Maybe he's trying to convince himself that he isn't a killer. Like, maybe there is some sort of morality there. Let's ask him, what was he doing on Valentine's night?
I was at a fundraiser for a charity called Mind Stretch Outreach. Don't know how I got roped into that, I can't remember. But it was full of very clever children with bizarre outlooks on life. And Jaya. It was Jaya who asked me to go.
He has an alibi. Unless it's him and Jaya. I don't know at this point. How well do you know Jaya?
Oh, she's Dr. Dekker's lovely assistant. I imagine she's your lovely assistant now. Yeah, she always smiles and makes me a cup of tea before a session. That smile. Which reminds me, my session. Can we talk about my problem now?
Who said he was impotent? God, my ribs. Who said he was impotent? He's pointing down his problem. Can't have, tried to have kids, couldn't have them. You guys are on fire today, I love it. I love it, the hand gesture. Lazy, it was King Lazy that said it. Jinx says, I googled this game to see what was happening but stopped because I wanted to find out here. Let's go. Now, also what's been mentioned, the fact that everyone's suspicious by chat, I really feel like it could be a cult where they've killed Dr. Dekker because of the relic that Bryce and Nathan was, spoke about stealing a relic or having something to do with one as well. And I feel like they think they can bring him back. That's why the box of the coffin was empty, just like King Lazy had pointed out. I really feel like it might be heading down that line.
I'm a scientist. I need more money. It's true I've run out of money for my research. An opportunity has arisen.
This is getting a little bit of Breaking Bad, innit? It is. He is a gambler. Potato Lord, all hail Nick John Wick, the Potato Lord. I hope everyone bowed. I'm going to cut a little potato man into this video. Oh, the great potato. Right, what opportunity has arisen? That's my question.
A very wealthy group of individuals have offered to pay me a very large sum of money if I attend their next private soiree. They don't want to talk or anything like that. They want a practical demonstration.
A practical demonstration of what? Quantum suicide? Are they going to... What's happening? What, the words weren't coming out. There was too many thoughts in my head. They were just like... Oh God! Where's my eucalyptus oil? What display? What demonstration? Hi, have a little break here while Bonnie interrupts. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm actually just... I've playing doctors up there.
You're playing doctors up there?
In your room. Do you want to come and play?
That sounds so much fun. Can I come after I finish work?
Yeah.
Right. I'm actually a doctor right now, you know.
Wow.
Don't I look like a doctor?
Yeah. Bye, Mum.
Bye. Oh, Scottish baby accent. Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
They'll pay me £1 million if I can successfully survive 6 rounds of Russian roulette. Now, I am worried because of what Dr. Dekker said, but, well, I can't help but thinking that the stakes are so high I can't possibly lose. What do you think, Doctor?
Oh, don't ask me that.
Take them up on their offer.
Don't ask me. You don't know what chat I'm dealing with. Do you see what they do to me in 7 Days to Die? Right, what we're going to do... I'm not even getting the sentence out yet. Oh God. Do it, do it, do it already. Do it, risk it all. I'm a nice guy, do it. I get the point. Yes, take the offer.
Splendid.
You're
I
welcome.
can't lose, Doctor.
No, you can't.
Let me demonstrate.
What's going to happen?